everyone see? Still want you to type in Discord. That's okay. But can you see? Can you hear? So I'm not sure how the voting works, but it'll probably tell you once we get to a vote. Alright, so keep going left. Ooh.
These tokens represent the expansion of the game.
It says at the top
more
left.
options, more cards, more opportunities.
You find Merrick sitting in the shade of a precarious boulder at the edge of a ravine. Just in time, he says, standing up and dusting off his hands. A procession of trade caravans and carriages makes its way to the great city, carrying wares from distant lands. You crawl to the edge of the ravine and peer over the crest. Alright, so I pressed the vote button, I don't know what happens now. Oh. Oh yeah, I think you have to press the hash in the chat. I think you have to press like hash and the number. Okay, so yeah, now that everyone's actually voted, it's got these little percentages over the things. So, I will select it in 3, 2, 1. I am not normally one to read a scene. Time is of the essence. You must find the caravan of a particular cartographer, Merrick explained. Among his possessions is a map of the Great Sands. Find it for me. If you happen upon anything else of value, you can keep it. Just bring me that map. With a great heave, you dislodge a large boulder. Sending it crashing down the slope to block the carriage's path. The driver of the first carriage sounds an alarm, blowing a great horn in attempt to notify any patrolling Empire guards. The sound echoes through the gorge. The rest of the procession in disarray, you quickly descend into the valley and approach the first caravan.
I'm not a vain man. You must appreciate that this game, has been my focus for more years than I can count. I have a certain pride regarding its twists and turns.
Wow. Wow.
Oh dear. Move faster next time.
The carriage is empty. You swing the sack over your shoulder and exit the carriage. Ooh, a split on this one. All 4 of you should be voting. Okay. 2's winning. I believe we've got 1 vote left. Brian, you gotta do it with a hash before the number. Okay, so we got 1, 2. Right. Well, looks like 2's won. The merchants, still reeling from the shock of your ambush, and with Imperial soldiers fast approaching, you make your escape. Away from the chaos, you check your spoils before continuing your journey. Oh yes, my spoils! All of our spoils. So many spoils. Shady characters emerge from the shadows to block your path. The Empire is offering a pretty price for your head, adventurer, one of the member marks, while casually inspecting his blade. Nothing personnel, kid, the other adds as they advance toward you. Here we go. It's pointed words.
Together, advance! On my mark!
That's a little fair. The Reaper will end you. Your final opponent exclaims as you knock him down. You spend a little time searching the fallen before leaving discreetly. I think I will. Can I get some food? Alright, everyone. Do I go... Should I take this one up or skip it and go to the one next to it? Alright, that's one bit forward. Okay, if I'm a bit quiet, I'm gonna... How about now? Is this better? I hope this is better. While hiking down the mountain path, you pass an old farmer weighed down with a heavy sack. You slow your pace to walk with him a while. In ancient times, my people had a great empire, he offers as he continues slowly up the path. It stretched all the way to the misty sea. In those days, our clerics would sacrifice precious jewels and finely forged weapons to appease the gods. Much has changed since then, as you can see. He gestures to a tiny collection of rundown shacks in the valley below. Few of us keep to the old traditions, and we have precious little to give. But every year, we give what we can. Perhaps one day our fortunes will change, or not. But what else can we do? His laughter gives way to a coughing fit. He points to the top of the mountain and says, "Perhaps up there your fate may change also?" Hours later, you stand at the top of the mountain and discover a vast crater that falls away into shadow. You approach the edge of the pit and gaze into the unending darkness below. A stone outcropping extends out over the center of the abyss. The air is still, and the yawning pit is silent as you carefully walk to the edge of the stone platform. So, do you think it's worth losing my daggers over? It's a simple yes or no. That's 2 yeses. Waiting on 2 more. Alright. And down they go. With your pack empty of anything of value, you leave the mountain to continue your journey. While roaming the dark alleyways of the capital, you see a suspicious group traveling in your direction. They're dragging a locked chest behind them, its contents unknown. In another direction, you spy an item glinting in the moonlight. However, you notice a number of shadowy forms lurking in the alley nearby. Which way will you go? Seems everyone's pretty unanimous about that. Oh, by the way everyone, the bar at the top of the screen, you can literally always vote on that one. Right, let's move towards the suspiciously unguarded equipment. You approach the item, but soon run into trouble. We got this.
More evidence of the underbelly. Two arms.
Got hit more than I wanted to there. What a mess as I won. Your assailants dissipated. You pick up the equipment that drew you to this alleyway.
It is your choice. You can use the weapons you have, or you can attempt to be worthy of this one.
I can't use this one yet. My fame is too low. The name of the game, it should be the stream title. You pause to inspect the bodies of the vanquished.
Games within games within games.
Nice.
A win here sets the tone for your challenge.
You've recovered some valuables from your fallen opponents. Good. Alright, there's a new vote at the top of the screen. So, you know, go vote that. You could be mean. You could. I'd be only mildly upset if you're mean. Okay. The wilds are home to many a rebel, criminal, and beast.
On my mark.
That was much better.
Show your worth through
Yes,
action.
I will wear that. With the battle resolved, you scavenge what you can from the remains. So, these two on the right, called The Underneath and Assassins Unmasked, I do not have to do them. Should I do them though? Just give a yes or a no. Alright, looks like I'm doing the extras. Following Malaclipse's cryptic directions, many of which involved borrowing farm animals, you arrive at the edge of a vast and lonely lake. There, you uncover a cave entrance, blocked by a stone door. The bespectacled wrinkled ogre manning the door to the underneath doesn't look up from his book as you approach.
15 food items per entry.
He grunts. Alright, in we go. The ogre sighs as he gets to his feet. With a mighty push, the stone door to the underneath is rolled away. A narrow tunnel takes you deep below the earth, opening into a vast limestone cavern. Twinkling on the edge of an underground lake lies a small shanty town, red lanterns lining the quiet streets. A few mages eye you suspiciously as they pass by. Ooh. Guess we're going to the shops then. Among the abandoned stalls, you find an ancient-looking shop front. Through red lantern light you read Lelot's Oddments, Used Stones, Directions. There are also signs pointing out a path to curses, blessings. Alright, we're going to Lelot's Oddments. For the jungle, you enter the dusty store. You find it filled. Shelves, baskets, glass cases, with rocks of various shapes and sizes. The wizened shopkeep, Lelot, peers over the counter at you. The wrinkled shopkeep unrolls a dusty map. So, what's more important to you guys? Looks like we're going shopping.
Oh yes, there is one here.
He drags an ancient finger to a spot on the map. So, what next? Lelot peers at the map, dusting parts with his shaking, freckled hands.
No blood shed about these parts today. A terrible shame.
So, should we leave? Or should we ask about his stones? There's only a lot you didn't make it. Leylot lights up at the suggestion. The shopkeeper looks around fondly at the stones.
What would you like to buy? Everything is 20 gold apiece.
Just so you know, 20 gold is literally all I have. Looks like you're all against it. So, should we have a look at the Devil's Ears Tavern? Or do we leave? Looks like everyone wants to see what's in the Devil's Ears. Compared to the lonely streets outside, the Devil's Ears is positively crowded with all manner of strange patrons. You survey up the bar. A group of burly ogres crowds a too small table. Meanwhile, a giant fleshy eyeball floats somberly by the windows. Looks like a floating guy just barely wins. The creature watches you approach with interest. A smile breaks out in the knotted flesh at its base.
Would you care to dance, small one?
It asks solemnly. So, looks like you just want to know what it is. The creature chuckles, and the fleshy tendrils and underbelly shake heartily. The creature's eye is so large that it is difficult to tell whether it's looking at you or somewhere behind you. That didn't really answer our question, did it? Split again. Oh, come on! Don't do that to me. I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna press the A button. Okay. We're back looking around the bar. So, do we have a look at the ogres? Or do we leave? Looks like we're approaching the ogres. The ogres are arguing jovially about winnings. They seem to be caught up in some kind of dice gambling game. What do I do? Looks like you all want me to join in. The largest ogre throws you the dice and pulls out a shimmering scroll containing the blessing you're playing for. Those are two that the spelled scroll will grant to you. That's a ridiculously high dice target. But as far as I can tell, I'm not gonna lose anything if I lose. Because I'm pretty sure I don't have any blessings. Yeah, I don't have any blessings, so... Oh, you don't have any blessings, Tibet. Oh. Alright, what should I do? Alright, let's leave the tavern. And the underneath. So, I'm gonna choose to miss one of these. Either I'm gonna miss the Treacherous Wilds or I'm gonna miss the general store. Which one would you all like to see? Okay, so you'd like to see the Treacherous Wilds. Right, while everyone's deciding. Assassins of Love. Turns out this is the ending, not the face down one. Waiting on everyone else's votes. Advance will move us onto the next map. Okay, that's 2 votes for advancing. As the courtiers file through the palace gates, you step from the crowd and block their path. Captain Fenwick draws his blade and proclaims, Chancellor Valor, you stand accused of treason and attempted fratricide. What say you? The Chancellor begins to clap, slowly and smugly. Ah, there is the best of you. He's bound to be out. With a flourish, Volk drops to the skies. You told me as the fools he failed to prevent the Emperor's death by my hand. The courtiers draw knives from the hidden recesses of their robes and advance on you. Here we go, boss fight!
To arms!
Captain Fenwick rests against the pillar and wipes the blood from his sword.
Have my thanks, missionary. I've little doubt of that day that you're a true friend of the Empire.
He clasps your hands gratefully.
Truly, the Emperor can rest easy with such a capable warrior so close to hand.
With your main quest complete, you turn your attention to other tasks. You do not have enough blessings to enter the sacred shrine of Forgotten Souls. You are racked with pain for entering the sacred place without the proper preparation.
Your first adventure is complete. From here, things will become more difficult.
You return to the capital in search of more adventure. So, which adventure? We've got Bounty Hunter and a missing shipment. Alright, looks like we're doing Bounty Hunter.
We're going to be fighting mages.
The Empire is offering a reward for eliminating the threat of magic users across its territories. The vile wizard PokeRobo03 and her allies have reportedly used magic to construct a stone tower next to the town of Rothmire, sending the inhabitants into a panic. You set out to thwart whatever evil plans PokeRobo3 may have for the town. You're not reading that wrong. It's put your name in the game.
This is a good time to add trials, before time has passed and things have become more difficult.
Alright, vote. Alright, that's going in. Okay, just that one. Alright. A noble patron of the arts has commissioned an artist to create a map of the Empire. You agree to help him scout the valleys, forests, and fields as you complete your adventure.
As you descend, your decisions here will become your lifeblood.
Vote! Again? Vote! And again? And again.
Congratulations! You have not fallen at the first hurdle. Now your decisions become more pressing.
I will be back in just a moment.
While I'm gone doing a thing, everyone vote on which direction I go.
I could not be more pleased to train you. You have every skill Callus lacked. Patience, delicacy, tact, skill.
I'm back. You guys are crazy. Okay, so fun fact, I'm actually playing this on my PC using a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, because it turns out it makes for a very good PC controller. You happen upon an Empire scouting party as you cross a grassy hillock. The soldiers are keen to trade information about the region. You and the soldiers compare notes.
We'll be back in the capital by the end of the week.
One of the soldiers comments as you continue your journey.
It is not too late to plan better.
While crossing the desert, the ground begins to tremble beneath your feet. A monstrous, scaled head slithers out from the sand, followed by a long, shimmering body, a serpent of terrible size. If you strain, you swear you can hear a faint melody being plucked out on a lute. The creature stretches languidly and circles you.
Legends of old spit on thee.
The serpent drones, staring with 3 unblinking red eyes.
Hardship is thy duty, as a poor soldier thou art.
I hope everyone was paying attention. You're very right. You were, thank you. The serpent blinks impassively. Then, with a hiss, it slides away, disappearing quickly into the sands. When you wake, the serpent is gone. Alright. Up or right? It's not luck. The cards aren't random. Okay, that's one paper up. Stop saying forward and say up. Stop down. Okay, so two for up, one for right, so we're going up.
Welcome back, my friend.
The innkeeper greets you warmly.
You travel with company, I see. I shall gather extra provisions. Now that we are such good friends, my prices for you are already as low as possible. Here, buy a meal or rest. What do you require? Looking for lodgings, eh? We have some fresh-made beds for travellers such as yourself. It's free, of course, assuming you have some provisions.
So are we taking a rest? Alright, so I am now out of food. Which means each new step that I take will make me take damage. Yeah, buying food's probably a good idea. But how much food do I buy?
Fresh produce. What was fresh when I got it?
Food it is.
Supplies are a bit hard to come by out here.
Do you think I should buy some more? The gold is the number at the bottom left. It's got a little gold coin next to it. The four things at the bottom are my health, my food, my money, and my fame. So everyone vote on if I buy more.
I turn my errors around in my mind, time on time. I know where I failed, and where you must not.
Alright, waiting on one more vote. I'll buy the extra food and go. You leave the inn. Nice. So everyone vote at the top again. There's a new vote. I have no idea what that is. The wilds are home to many a rebel, criminal, beast. According to the chat, it says spy versus spy. In game, it just has an S with a jester hat.
On my mark.
That really balls that up. With the battle resolved, you scavenge what you can from the remains. Ooh! Healing
Potions and
spirit.
poultices have somehow flown under the Empire's radar. It's merely magic frozen in form.
And some food. You come to a junction in the road. Your quarry yet eludes you. Perhaps there's wisdom in exploring these lands further. I don't think there's any reason to stay. We've done all the cards here. Alright. You know what I'm gonna ask? Alright, there's one paper left. There's one paper down. Look, I get that you're the villain in the story, but can you stop making up words? Right now. You visit your contact in the Imperial Armory.
You must be playing for trouble if you've come to see me for help.
He says with a knowing grin.
Tell me, if you wanted, I'll see what I can find in the boat of contraband items.
The greyed out ones are ones I cannot select. You tell him you are hunting mischief.
They're a problem to be sure. But hardly the biggest issue in these parts. I could get in a lot of trouble if anyone found out I took me from the boat. I'll have a chat to you when I can.
You leave the armory. You enter a local tavern on the promise of cheap sugared buns. The tavern is empty, and the door slams behind you. An ambush!
We are ill prepared for this battle, yet we will press on regardless.
it just me, or did that spy versus spy thing not actually do anything? You loot what you can from the bodies. A cursory inspection of the tavern reveals no sugared buns. Much to your disappointment. Ooh! I get some money too. You sight the end of your quest. You see the overbearing structure of the Mage's Tower long before you reach the town of Bothmire. The townsfolk look at you questioningly when you declare your intention to confront the mages. Not many cottages. A large woman declares. She carries a pig under each arm. They really come out of the tower, actually, a young boy adds. I think one of them visited my father's store once. Pokerobo 3 was her name? Suddenly, a magical portal opens beneath you, whisking you. I'm gonna change the sword. Whisking you away. As you leap to your feet, you realize you're surrounded. We will not yield to the Emperor and his false justice, Pokerobo 3 declares. They're upon you before you can reply.
Your artifact is empty now and will be of little use to you here.
You'll probably be feeling pretty awkward being mentioned by the game itself. At first hint of you having been sent by the Empire, she determines that only one of you would live. Oh dear. Hold on. Hold on. My controller ran out of battery. I'm alive again now.
To arms!
You fell! Your enemy is defeated. You make your way back down the tower. You take what you can find from the rooms that aren't bordered with magic. The time has come for you and the mapmaker to part company. He pieces together all the rough sketches he has taken during your time together. He begins,
This won't do. This won't do at all. Look, we've missed an entire section of the Forest of Knives.
The gods are not pleased by your failure.
I see you have begun to appreciate the finer points of our game.
Is it just me? Is he now wearing a mage's hat? Like, I'm not the only one seeing that, right? He was not wearing that before. You return to the capital in search of more adventure.
Choose quickly. The game is eternal, but it does not have to be sluggish.
Ooh, I've never done either of these. We're going to be fighting the undead. One morning, as your spoon melts dramatically into your porridge, you get a sneaking suspicion someone is trying to kill you. You tip the tainted breakfast down a storm drain, where it starts to sizzle and smoulder to venture into the marketplace. Another contract on your life, hero, says the sausage monger, handing you his wares. That's all anyone's talking about. Who knows it? The assassin wants you to find their lair. Make it a fair fight. Doesn't sound like an assassination to me. But what do I know? You swallow your breakfast and begin the hunt.
No good will come of this.
Whoops. I made a mistake and accidentally pressed the move on button because it's the same button as the vote button.
Do not underthink your decisions.
It's not sending them out, isn't it? Why isn't it putting a vote thing out? Oh, now there's a vote button. Vote. Oh, this is awkward. I've got to and the deck is built.
The first two are merely a chance to get yourself warm. From here, the challenge builds.
I just realized something. The background's gone and changed as well. Yeah, it does seem to have picked your name again. However, I actually, for reasons that are known to me and only me, I'm gonna have to stop for now. Hope you all enjoyed it at least.